What's up YouTube? On today's video, I'm going to be doing something similar to last video, except it's one specific height. Last video was 6'9" and above. This one's going to be 6'6", so only 6'6" players. It gives me a possibility of having somebody like Shea. I think Luka's 6'7", but somebody like that. And then finding some good defenders that might be able to handle some centers. I don't think it's going to be easy by any means, but I mean, small ball got to take over, so gonna close our eyes, see. Hopefully we're in the East Coast because the West Coast is tough. And we are Brooklyn Nets. I like it. Let's see what we can do. So salary cap is off and trade override is on. We're at the draft. So last video there was like limitations as far as only so many 90s and 80s. This video I don't think I'm gonna have that. I think it's gonna be much harder to find somebody 6'6". We're not doing all time like Kobe and MJ 6'6". We're not gonna have those guys. We're just going to have to figure out our power forward. Maybe undersized power forward can handle center or something. That's going to be the difficult part, finding our 4 and 5. But let's see what we can cook up. So our inside defender has to be Draymond. He's 6'6". That works. Still A+ perimeter defense. He will be our starting center. So we're starting out with Draymond. I honestly thought he was 6'7", but it's great that he's 6'6" on 2K. This in real life, like if they're 6'7", but in 2K they're 6'6", we're going off 2K height, so that's what we're going with. Also, shout out to Joe Coco for life, 2K. He's the one that gave me the idea, so big shout out. Jaylen Brown, another 6'6" guard. Got to go with him. He'll probably be our starting maybe 3. DeRozan 6'6". We might circle back for DeRozan. Mikal Bridges, we might need to get him. His defense is nice. We'll circle back. Luka is 6'6", so we could grab Luka and maybe Shea. At that point, I might limit myself for 90s because I'm not trying to make this too easy. I thought Draymond was 6'7", so I thought, center would be difficult, but seemingly not going to be as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Zion 6'6", we could get him for power forward, although his defense is kind of weak. Book is also 6'6", so there's a lot of 6'6" guards, but we're going with Shea first. I mean, it's hard to not pick up Shea. Let's check out our team real quick because I don't think I can trade anybody because everybody else is on like expiring contracts, so I'm going to have to pick them up through either draft or trades at the start of the season. We got JB, we got Shea. Might pick up Luka as well, or Cade. Maybe Cade would be a better 2 guard. Shea can be our starting point guard. And then we can maybe get Zion as our 4. I don't know. I'm going to try and limit myself to only 3 90s, and the rest can be 80s. That'll be the only limitation. So JB being one, and then Shea being the other. But like I said, everybody else is expiring, so I'm going to have to go into free agency or the start of the season to do the rest. So there's no 6'6" guards in the top 80. Caris LeVert's the first one. I think from there I'm just going to go straight to the offseason because I can't make a trade till the first day of the season. Man, if Amen was 6'6", that would have been huge. We should check Detroit. His brother might be in shorter potentially. I mean, they are twins, so probably not. So I'm thinking Shea, Cade, and JB will be my 90s. Limit myself to only 3 just so I don't stack every available 90. So Luka's going to be staying on the Lakers, stuff like that. From there, I can get pretty much 80 to 89 overall, like freely. I'm not going to limit that. This is a starting lineup. Point guard, shooting guard, small forward, center. So I need to get power forward and then a couple extra rotational pieces. So Asar is 6'6", 1 inch shorter than Amen. So we're going to get Asar. He'll be our 4. That should get our starting lineup. I was thinking about Zion, but Zion's technically 90 overall, so I'm not trying to get another 90 overall. So this is our starting 5. We'll quickly make Shea, Cade, and then also Asar, our 2 and our 4. From there, I'm going to just kind of pile a rotation, maybe 8 or 9 man rotation. From there, and then I'll go like 70 overall after that. So I like the team. It's definitely guard heavy, but Draymond and Asar should be able to hold down 4 and 5. Inside defense A and B plus respectfully. Our rebound's kind of weak, so maybe we'll have to go out and get some rebounding 6'6" players. I'll go and try and do that right now. Our 6th man should be a good rebounder that can also score. So I just sorted through and I couldn't find anybody that was better than what we already have as far as rebounding goes. Just gonna have to rely, I guess, on Asar to get all the boards because C plus was the only other option. I mean, Luka's a B, but I mean he's also 6'6" and will play point guard, but he's over 90. So that means I'm just gonna go out and get best available 6'6" players. I think I remember Mikal Bridges being 6'6". He'll be defensive spark plug off the bench. There he is. 86, so he meets the criteria. Can't play inside defense and has D rebounding. That's tough. He'd probably be 90 overall if he could rebound, though. 2K ratings and all that. Karis LeVert, I'm just going to pick him up from free agency, make it easy. That'll be one other rotational piece that we do get. Go out and get Stephon Castle, one of the best available 80-plus overall players. From there, I think our team's looking pretty good. I think what we got, is that 8? 7. So we'll get maybe 3 more players to make up for injuries and stuff like that. Make it easy, though. Might as well get PJ Washington. He's a bit of a 3-4. We don't have many 4 options. We don't have anybody that's really a 5 option besides Draymond. So Dylan Brooks is also 6'6". His rebounding is only D+, but he can also play probably 4, even maybe 5. Sadly, he's injured right now, which kind of sucks. How long is that going to be? Day to day. Okay, so we can just skip a day and get him maybe towards the end. Christian Braun, get him real quick too. Alright, so this is the team. I made some quiet additions. A lot of 2 guards. A lot of 2 guards. I think Shea's our only true 1 guard. I mean, K's technically a 1 guard, but I made him a 2 guard. Our starting 2 guard. JB at 3. Draymond at 5. Asar at 4. Let's go by position. So I couldn't find another center. Might make Grant Williams one because he got a little bit of inside defense, but he can't rebound for shit. But either that or maybe I'll trade for Dylan Brooks still. That might be the only move that I actually make. Got Najee and JB at the 3. Got a bunch of 2 guards. So it looks like these 3 are all going to get play time. I might end up making Bridges a 3, move Najee up to a 4, and then maybe make Grant Williams a 5, so we don't have to trade for Dylan Brooks. And then we got Shea. Which one of these guys would be best at playmaking? And also Castle. Okay, so we'll make Castle a backup point guard. And then make Bridges a 3. And then move Najee down to 4. And then Grant Williams a 5. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. Still low-key want to maybe trade Najee for Dylan Brooks. Make Dylan Brooks my 5. And keep Grant Williams at the 4. Probably going to do that. Dylan Brooks has an injury, so we got to play through the first game, which we win our first game for Dylan Brooks. And then we'll make Dylan Brooks a 4, or maybe even a 5. Let's see what his inside and rebounding is. B and then C minus. But, I mean, he's pretty similar to Draymond anyways. I mean, Draymond's an A, but I think he's one of the best on the team. But Asar's our starter. Yeah, okay, so we're just going to make Brooks our 5. Backup 5. I think that rounds out our whole team. I think per position is going to be kind of weird because don't know if we're going to get play time for some of our backups, especially after dropping their position from their natural position. But our front 5's perfect. 6-man at our small forward, our backup point guard, backup shooting guard, then center. Okay, and then we got another shooting guard. Okay, I like it. And then we got Grant Williams on backup. These guys were basically just 6'6" guys that were available, but I didn't have to go out and look for them specifically. Per position, I mean, point guard and shooting guard obviously got the most. Small forward obviously got the most, but I mean, our power forward, I feel like Asar deserves more minutes than 25, but I'm not going to change anything. Draymond 23. It is what it is. At least our center positions gained 32 out of the available 48. Power forward 25 out of 48. A little different, but should be all fine. I mean, JB can move to our 4 a little bit. Bridges can move to our 4 a little bit. We'll see how it works. We won the first 3 games, so maybe I'm overthinking it, trying to get too perfect. JB, Shea, Braun. Then we got Cade popping off. JB, Castle, Shea going for a triple-double. Just short. And then, yeah, Shea, Bridges. Got enough, offensive pieces. And let's see our 3-point. We should be pretty good at 3. And we got tons of 3-point, although these 2 don't get play time. Inside defense, besides Draymond, Asar, and Brooks, It's crazy. Our point guard's got the fourth best inside defense. Great perimeter. Cade and Shea and Castle. Okay, that's our guards anyways. Rebound might be our our weak point. Asar's gonna have to do a lot from the 4 position. But let's see how this goes. Let's run it. So Cade ends up with a torn bicep, 1 to 2 months. Kind of concerning, but we'll just keep it moving. Then Stephon Castle gets a broken hand right after. We're still 17-3, so we can lose some off-season games as long as everybody's healthy for the playoffs. Then Shea bruised heel 2 to 4 weeks, and our team's going down. Okay, it's just a torn bicep. Just another torn bicep for the team. Still winning though. We're 20-4. And he's back. Okay, that was the quickest torn bicep ever. Alright, halfway through the season, let's do a quick check. Still getting injuries. We are 39-6. Absolutely insane. Looks like the team's morale's up pretty good too. Let's check out stats. Shea 24-5-6, 2 steals. Highly efficient, just short of 50-40-90. Cade, we got 21, 6.6, 5.4, 50-40-90 for Cade as well. JB 19, 6 and 3. Pretty efficient for him. Well, not amazing, but decent. Bridges 15, 3 and 2. 50-40-82. Stephon Castle getting 12, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Only 26% from 3 is crazy. Dude needs to step that up. Braun 9, 4 and 2. 50-40-84. Draymond triple single out here eating. I mean, he's probably got the highest block amount for the team, but his field goal percent at 34% is ugly. 25 from 3. Dillon Brooks 6, 2 and nothing on 17 minutes, so that's why. Shooting 40% from 3. Caris LeVert 7, 2, 1. Only 29% from 3 though, so he's kind of sucking. Asar, probably the rebound leader for our team, 7.2. So he's 8, 7.2 and 3. Almost 2 steals as well and a block. Ooh, that's a bad one. Lower leg, left leg stress fracture. He's done for the season. Thought there's 2 or 3 months left. Like, stress fracture should take about that time. Hopefully he comes back for the playoffs, but if we don't have Asar, that's going to be our only real good power forward, our only good rebounder too. Yeah, we're starting to drop some games. And then we got Cade to 2 to 4 a week. He should be back for the first round though, or just a week later. We're finishing with 68 wins, 70 wins, 70-12. Wow. Wemby gets MVP like he does every simulation. Cooper Flag on Spurs is crazy. Dante 6-man, Victor defensive, Evan Mobley most improved. How do you get most improved when you're defensive player of the year before, whatever. Devin Booker clutch. Then we were coaching exec. So we're the Nets. Let's see if we got anybody. Doesn't look like it in our first team. It would have been Shea if anybody. Then nobody in the defensive either. So let's before we start, well, let's see who we're playing with first. Up against the Pacers, kind of sketchy. They like the upset. And then dude's still out. He's gonna be out for the year, isn't he? 4 to 6 weeks. So if we can live 4 more weeks, we got a star back. Right now we're riding with Grant at our 4, I think. Let's see what the coach is putting in. Yeah, Grant at the 4. Just getting 25 minutes versus Draymond's 21. Don't ask me why. And then Bridges, Castle, Braun, Brooks, LeVert. Does it make sense to put Dillon Brooks at our 4? I think it does. And then once Asar's back, we'll switch him back to our center. But for now, we're going to put him at our 4. It just seems like an upgrade from Grant Williams. Grant Williams getting 25 plus minutes on a team stacked as it is doesn't make sense. Get him and Draymond the same amount of minutes, 23 each. That rounds it off a little bit better. Now we don't have a backup centers, but I mean it's going to probably be Grant or Brooks. I don't know. First round, we win game 1. Game 2, Shea get left. Not now. No more injuries. And then, of course, Pacers win. 3-1, though, without Shea. And we make it to the second round. This team's so stacked that even if we're losing one of our best players. So 1 to 2 weeks for Shea. It's going to be 2 to 4 for Ausar. Just got to make it past the series. We win game 1. They take game 2. Oh, no. We take game 3, though. Hopefully game 4. Yep, okay. Got advantage on him. Braun gets a hammy injury. Not good. But he's already healed. Hawks win it, though. Let's see if Shea's coming back. Day to day. Okay. So even if it goes game 7, which it does. Oh, no. All right, let's simcast this one. All right, let's simulate this game. Looks like it's back and forth a bit. Brooklyn's taken off. It's not even close. 40-point game. Even without Shea and Ausar. Let's see if Shea's back. Day to day. Then Ausar, hopefully you're 1 to 2 weeks still. Okay, so we gotta get through Brooklyn, or gotta get through Chicago. Game 1, Shea's back. That's good. We win the first game. They take the second. Okay, another 3-game series potentially. Dillon Brooks pinched nerve. That's a little concerning. But 3-1. Ausar's back though. Okay. So I'm going to... I mean, it doesn't need to happen now. But once 1 to 2 weeks for Dillon Brooks, we'll get him back at backup center. But we're in the finals for now. Up against Wemby, of course. Oh, no. Let's stack up our center position nice and good. Okay, Dillon Brooks is back at center. Let's make sure. Okay. Just going to have to keep Wemby off the boards, off the glass. It's going to be difficult. At least we got Ausar back for the toughest series of the year. Game 1, they win. Oh, no. Oh, no, not a 4-0. Christian Braun. Don't matter. Man. Let's just check out box score real quick and see if Wemby's eating. 8 of 15. Not crazy. Okay. Getting swept. Is it happening? Yep. Our kryptonite, of course, we run into Wemby. I was all happy because we were on the East Coast and thought we were going to make it through, but it doesn't look like it. I mean, there's some difficulty even getting through the East Coast. This team wasn't as stacked as I may have thought it was. I mean, it's insane team. It's just you can't guard centers. Centers can definitely make or break our season. Maybe real quick, I'm going to check out the stats for the season. Rebound reason, because I think that's the main thing we sucked with. Yeah, we're damn near last in offensive. Let's see, defensive. We're first in defensive, but defensive a lot easier for a guard than it is a center. And then we're second in defensive rebound rate. And middle of the pack for rebounding. So it wasn't necessarily rebound, it was just guarding centers, I guess. Triple-double, 4 steal. He didn't even have to block us. 9 of 12. Draymond just failed guarding him, sadly. And he even fouled out. Just couldn't find a way. Just got whipped all the way through the game. That 46-point second quarter. I hope you all enjoyed. Got to the finals, but got swept. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.